Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 1 of what's going to be a new Let's Try. So, I was just looking for things to play tonight. Excuse me. IRL news to start. I got approved for an apartment and I'm moving in just about a week, but I have the whole month of May. So that's pretty awesome. And to take my mind off things, because I was really stressed about the move and everything, I was looking for stuff to play. I did not expect to play this gem. It just came on Steam, but apparently it's an oldie, but quite a goodie. I loaded it up and made like a faux character just to test it out. And I really liked it. I dig it. It's very cool, very intuitive. Kind of on the simple side. It is an MMO, but don't run away yet. It's actually really cool. I say simple side more, but we'll get into it. There's definitely some tricks up its sleeve. But anyway, guys, I don't really know what to expect other than I was taking out some enemies in the starting zone, and it was a lot of fun. So we're going to take a look at, this is episode 1 of Let's Try Shadowbane Resurgence by Xian. I'm not even going to pronounce that, but it just came out on Steam. I have to do this kind of, there we go. This is with Borderless Gaming. I hope it's being picked up by, yeah, it looks like OBS is taking care of things, but check this out. Super cool. So there's my character I made. I'm going to delete them. For some reason, I can't seem to control anything in here. The mouse isn't working. Let me go to Borderless Gaming real quick. Oh no, I'm like stuck in here. Give me Borderless Gaming. Be right back, guys. Let me Alt F4 this. Alright, so I think the clue is to not tab out. Let's try it though. To log in the server, so if I don't tab out, it should be okay. Settings, yes. Okay, so we're going to put tutorial tips on, show weather, mouse push, personal light. We don't want to skip the intro. Blood filter. I think that puts blood on. I'm not sure. I don't understand it. It says, well, for some reason, we're not getting tooltips now. Software cursor. I just noticed these, though. There's more settings. All the different show stuff. Oh, very old school settings, guys. We can put everything up, though, at least to the highest. Screen resolution. View angle, shadowing distance. Let's try that. Oh, we have to restart for that to take effect. So sorry, guys. This is totally new to me, so I'm just going with the flow here, but it's very cool. Trust me, when I get into it, you're going to be like, wow, this is really neat. There's just something about it. It's got the charm factor down pat. And this resolution is much better, actually. I dig it. So, back to settings. Again, I put on tutorial tips. We'll check blood filter in the game and see if that means blood on or off. Terrain, LOD, we got to turn that on. Forgot to turn on that. Texture compression. I don't think we want texture compression. I could be wrong on that. But it looks like we have... That's good to go. Then we have sound. Very old game, very old gem, but super cool. Oh, I didn't mean to restore defaults. No. And I did too. Son of a gun. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, don't you do that custom lighting? Okay. Wow. apply. Yeah, it needs to be restarted, but it really doesn't because I was on this to begin with. Alright, so we should be good to go. Let's go ahead. I'm going to delete this character. Estacar Ravinen. Let's just delete him. Oh, type yes. Yes. Okay, so let's hit new character. Let's check out the character creation, guys. Super cool stuff. So, alright. We've got Voringia. I guess that's the name of the world. There's only one world to pick. If we click around, it doesn't do anything. So, these lands... Oh, there's the tutorial tips. These lands were once known as Tyranth, a province of the Deathless Empire, abandoned during the War Against Chaos. Tyranth remained a lawless frontier during the Age of Kings. The vassals of High King Cambruin conquered Tyranth and built several cities here, but all contact with the High Kingdom was lost at the Turning. Ever since, the factions of Tyranth have battled for dominion. So that's the world we're playing in, and we start on this continent and stuff. Super cool. I'm also quitting smoking, guys. I'm switching to a vape, so if you hear some weird noises or something during the video, it's just me vaping. Alright, so this is what we have. We have identity, our first and last name, whether we're male or female. There's, let's look at the races. This is really fun. Human, most common of the races of the world of Shadowbane. Humans are the rightful children of the Allfather and inheritors of the world. Then we have the Elfborn, the sterile offspring of human and elf unions. These beings are distrusted by both man and elf kind. And I think this number over here is some kind of points that you get. Oh, it's minus points. So if you're a human at 0, you get 30 points to distribute and everything. Elfborns get 5 less. Dwarves get 15. Shaped from raw stone itself, the dwarves were once the servants of Thurin and the Allfather beneath the earth. Then we have Elf, one-time masters of the world. The elves' power was broken long ago. Their empire is scattered and destroyed, yet they retain their arrogance. Very cool. Half giant, and the stats change, but we can change them ourselves as well. Mortals born with a touch of the blood of giants within them. These folk grow to a massive size, half again the height of a tall human, and are as strong as hardy as they are tall. So these are just starting suggestible stats. We can change everything, which is awesome as well. I really like that about it. Then we have the Irake, strange crimson-skinned inhabitants of the mighty deserts. The Irake are fearsome raiders and nomads. Very cool. Crimson skin. They kind of look a little demonic, but they have 15 points that they can spend on. Very balanced type character. Then we have Shades. These are damned souls, or a bizarre form of living dead. The Shades are cursed by all and feared by most. They do get, however, just a 10 deficit of points, so they have 20. Then we have the Arakoi. Look at this. Strangers from another world. These winged humanoids can fly, but have little aptitude for magic. How cool is that? An Arakoi, and they get 15 points. Then there's a Centaur. These peeps are huge. Proud and strong fusions of horse and man, the centaurs are the largest and swiftest of the races in the world. How cool. You can be a legitimate centaur. That is awesome. And a minotaur. Half man, half bull, the offspring of a sorceress experiment by elves upon humans. The slow-witted but powerful minotaurs were used for labor and as shock troops. Minotaurs, check them out. Pretty dope. And then we're still not done. We've got the Nephilim. Often called the Tainted Ones, Nephilim are winged fusions of human and demon from the pit of chaos. They are renowned for their strange beauty, their cruelty, and their aptitude with magic. And then Vampire only gets 5 points with the highest of 25. Unholy terrors born of other races, vampires are reborn in undeath through pacts with the void. Their dead flesh is uncannily resistant, but must drink the blood of the living to survive. Down here we have runes. It starts with your race and then your profession. Right now it's a fighter, but we will change that potentially. But what race do I want to go with? I think Arakoi is super cool. They can fly, but they have little aptitude for magic. But I wonder if I can get them a little more aptitude than usual. Oh, they all have special abilities. Look at that. How freaking cool is that? So humans get 1 training point per level. Oh, creation cost is 0. That's why they get all of their 30 points. 1 training point per level. No effects for them. But then the Elfborn granted Wildkin's chase power. It doesn't say what Wildkin's chase is. Unless we maybe go to traits. Let's go down to W. We'll get to traits as well. No, it's not a trait. It's just a racial thing that we learn about if we become an Elfborn. Dwarves, look at that. They get plus 10 to slash and pierce resist, plus 5 to crush and lightning resist, but minus 5 to magic and unholy, and a plus 10 to axe and hammer and granted toughness skill. That is crazy. They get nice stats. The elf, on the other hand, gets 5 magic resist, minus 5 to poison resist, plus 10 to sword skill. Very cool. Then the half giant creation cost is only 10, and they get 5 cold resist, but minus fire 5 resist. Wow. Then they get 10 axe, great axe mastery, great hammer mastery, great sword mastery, all 10s for those. Granted athletic skill and granted undaunted power. And they're only 10 to create, and they are super cool. So just something about this gem really speaks to me right now. It's really cool. And then the Irake get minus 10 to cold resist, but plus 20 to fire resist, 10 to dagger skill and unarmed combat 10. The Irake, then a Shade, gets minus 20 to holy, but plus 10 to poison, 5 to unholy. They're immune to blind, grants a hide power, and grants a witch sight talent right off the bat. These things may be gettable in other ways by other races, some of this stuff. The Arakoi, 10 mental resistance, granted flight ability. Centaur, minus 5 to unholy resist, improved stamina recovery, plus 10 to spear. Minotaur, 15 creation cost, 10 to polearm, 5 to slashing, piercing, and crushing resist, 20 to cold resist, minus 5 to magic resist, minus 10 to mental resist. They're immune to stun, improved health recovery, and granted toughness skill. And the Nephilim have plus 15 to fire and 10 to lightning resist, minus 15 to holy, and minus 10 to magic resist. Granted mundane Eidolon power and granted flight ability. They can fly as well. Very cool. And the Vampire gets all sorts of stuff. 10 poison and cold and unholy. 35 to healing resistance, minus 35 to healing regeneration, minus 25 to holy and fire resist, plus 10 to bloodcraft. All powers cost health and granted powers. And they cost 25 to make. So many cool choices. And if we go to class, we can also change the second rune stone versus your race. Then you have your class. Oh, they can't be mages. Wait. Or is there a certain... Oh, they can't. The Arakoi cannot be mages. They can be rogues. Stealthy. Well, let's look at the base classes. Now, there are a bunch of classes that you can morph into later, I'm pretty sure. Yep, we'll promote to. So let's look at fighter. The most 4 training points per level. The most direct of the fighting classes. The individuals have found cold steel to be the most reliable way to make one's point. And right off the bat, they'll get 5 strength, 5 con, but minus 10 intelligence. And you can see the races for them. And they could promote to barbarian, ranger. Oh, it shows them too. Barbarian, hardy and fierce. These warriors of the frozen north are bold and competent in battle, toughened by a rough life among the glaciers. Barbarians are capable of uncanny feats of endurance and strength. It doesn't say what the effects are. 6 talent training points per level. They can train a warrior, who also gets 6, the pinnacle of martial achievement. Warriors represent the ultimate extension of the fighter's path. A warrior's discipline and mastery of weapons makes them the undisputed rulers of the battlefield. Ranger, long associated with the ancient druids, these secretive and solitary wardens of the forest walk a fine line, defending innocence from savage nature while protecting the wilderness from the ravages of civilization. I'm sure they all have effects, but it doesn't show it here. And Warlock as well. That's interesting as a fighter. These mysterious magicians have harnessed the power of their psyches, manifesting their will directly upon the world. Warlock magic affects the Warlock's mind and body or disrupts the thoughts of their enemies. That's super cool. Wait do you see when we get into combat and stuff, guys? It gets really neat. 5 training points per level for the healer. Blessed with powers of healing and prayer, the healers worship their gods in different ways. -10 to Dex, +5 to Con and Spirit. And you can see the races available for that, and it will promote to a priest. Healers who stay true to their faith become priests, living conduits of their deity's divine will. The powers of blessing, healing, and cursing the unworthy come easily to priests whose close affinity for their god lets them work true miracles. That sounds pretty awesome as well. Then we have Rogue. 4 training points per level. Stealthy and unscrupulous rogues excel at the pilfering arts and dishonorable combat. 5 Dex and Intelligence, -10 to Spirit, and they have a bunch they can promote to. Assassin. Skilled in the arts of dealing death, assassins are users of poison and stealth. They use the mysterious power of shadow mastery, which allows them to shape and use living shadow to slay their targets. That's cool. Ranger we saw. One second. Barbarian we saw. Scout. Charged with exploration, battlefield reconnaissance, and guiding travelers through long hidden ways, the Scout is a combination of Ranger, Rogue, and Warrior. Masters of the bow most find work as mercenaries or spies. And Bard is in. Keepers of lore and wandering musicians. Bards are gifted with magical powers, born of verse and song. Their songs can bring victory to their allies as readily as they bring woe to the bard's enemies. Then we have Thief. Accomplished masters of the rogue's arts, thieves are specialists in stealth and evasion. In battle they are elusive, yet full of dirty tricks that can humble even the mightiest warrior if used well. And we can't see mage because the Arakoi cannot become mage. That's sad. So let's try... Oh, and it's different for every race what they can promote to. I keep wanting to say transform. Crusader for the Centaur. Defenders of the Church of the All-Father, these blessed warriors have taken up arms to defend the weak from those who would threaten the Church's power. Soldiers of faith, crusaders wander the world earning redemption in battle, and Sentinel is different. The Order of Sentinels was formed by the Holy Church to keep a close guard on the Chaos Gate. In the centuries since, the Sentinels have trained at the arts of war and abjuration, fighting to keep the host of chaos at bay. How cool is that? They can only be a healer. We've got Crusader, Priest, Druid. Attuned to the forces of nature and the wild, these woods priests are the keepers of much secret knowledge and lore. Druids are allies to plants, beasts, and those who live in harmony with the wild. Not many races can be them, actually. And Prelate, the spiritual arm of the Church of the All-Father, these servants of Pandarian spread the gospel of the All-Father and minister to the needy and the weak. Though they are less aggressive than Crusaders, do not mistake them for pacifists. Awesome. So different races get different class availabilities. Go to human, they probably maybe have a lot. Wow, look at that. That's just from healer. Fighter, oh my gosh. They may have all of them, I'm not sure. Probably not. There's probably some that they can't be, but they can be Templars. Created as the militant wing of the Temple of the Cleansing Flame, the fanatical armored knights of the Order of Templars combat the sinful and wicked in Saint Malorn's name. Zealous beyond reason, Templars live for battle. And then healer, we have a channeler. Magic users who have managed to tap the primal forces of fire, water, wind, and earth. Channelers use the energies of the cosmic tapestry to blast their foes. ride the winds and call up elemental spirits. Guys, this is super cool, in my opinion. I'm loving this. Devotees of chaos, doomsayers are blessed by the Dark Lords and charged with spreading chaos, corruption, and madness throughout Aerith. They have long worked in secret, but now they stand unmasked. The Confessor, priests of the Temple of the Cleansing Flame, these clerics are charged with seeking out and eliminating sin in the world. In the course of their sacred duties, they bring aid to the ill and fiery death to unbelievers. Prelate, all that stuff. And then Rogue, Night Stalker. The first Stalkers were an order of Ardani warrior monks who fought against the undead in the War of Darkness. Forgotten for 2 ages, new Night Stalkers have emerged to combat the hordes of Oblivion. Barbarian, Scout, Bard, Thief, and then we have Mage for the first time. Pure spellcasters, mages represent the most intellectual aspect of magic use, with their powers drawn from mystical formulae, incantations, and enchantments. -10 to strength, but +5 intelligence and spirit. Plus, guys, those are just base stats. Like, again, I can spend these points to I can make a strong mage, or a weak warrior, or, you know, different types of characters. Anyway, they can be all sorts of stuff as well. Wizard, magi who cling to their studies eventually learn the deepest secrets of law and chaos, bending physical laws to their will. A wizard's magic plays with the building blocks of reality, making these spellcasters potent and formidable. Channeler, doomsayer, bard, warlock, assassin, and necromancer. Heirs of elvish magi who first learn the secrets of the void. Necromancers draw terrible power from the dark. They can animate the dead as servants or soldiers and smite their foes with unholy power. So you do want to plan ahead a little bit, it looks like. I am not sure what to be, though. Maybe an Elfborn. I mean, I'm thinking healer even, to become like a prelate. A prelate. Spread the gospel of the All-Father, minister to the needy and weak, or a crusader. But then I'm also thinking going the route of like thief. And then there's also a thought to make like a warlock type. Disrupt the thoughts of their enemies. That's super cool. I guess it doesn't, you don't click those. Yeah, it just says mage. So like, race-wise, the Elfborn only costs 5 to create, so you still get a lot of points. Plus, by the way, guys, there's traits. These all cost money and are different things that you can get. I'm sorry, not money. These all cost points, creation points, and you can get them for your character's various boons and stuff. We can go through these maybe in the next episode, because there's quite a few of them. And you can be like a wizard's apprentice. For example, it takes 8 points. If you click it, you add it, and all your stats change according to what it does. Plus, there might actually be in-game things like related to the wizards and stuff. But for example, this is cost 8. The Magi of the Conclave came for you in childhood, and you spent 13 years in strict tutelage. Your intellect has been carefully honed, and you're ready to test it. So effects. This is an apprentice rune, so only one of this type may be taken. You can't apprentice to, you know, an armorer, for example, or blacksmith. If you apprentice to the wizard, it's only one of these, but you get -5 to con and max con, but +10 to intelligence and max intelligence, -5 to spirit and max spirit. And intelligence requirement is 40. So these may be red, like you can't get them until you reach like the constitution for this one. Requirement's 40. Once I hit 40, that'll unlock. Like, just to show you guys, it should. I don't know why I did it. Oh, I've already got I've got the wizard. I took the wizard's apprentice. See, that opened up. And if I didn't have 40 constitution, it would be red. And that's like another apprentice one. This one, yeah. But again, like, you can make a wizard with a tough hide and get all that slashing, piercing, crushing resistance. Tough as nails. Like, we'll go through these. Plus 200 health. Constitution requirement is 50. There's a lot of different ways you can go. And I just find it, I find it perfect for me right now. Like, it's just exactly what I want in an RPG. When do you get into the gameplay, guys? In the next episode, we'll get into gameplay, and it's, I'm telling you, this is the goods right here. This is cool stuff. At least I think so. But if I'm going to be the Iroquois, I would probably go for a class of, like, they don't seem to have too many classes available. I'd probably go Rogue and then to Thief, honestly. But then they can also become priests, which is pretty cool. And it doesn't say they promote the Allfather. It says they're deities, so you can become a priest of whatever deity you want, I take it. Then there's always Fighter. You could be a Warlock. Wait a minute, so if they go the Fighter path, they can end up being Warlocks. Warlock magic affects the Warlock's mind and body or disrupts the thoughts of their enemies. That's what I think would be pretty cool. So maybe we'll shoot for like an Iroquois Warlock. I think that might be pretty cool. And our dude can fly and stuff. How cool is that? There's just so many good options. I wish it was party-based. Can you imagine? But, like, he costs 15 to make, so we only have 15 points to spend. Now, if I put points down, I'll get points refunded. Like, if I take Spirit down to 25, yes, my mana goes down, but my points go up. It doesn't say much about the stats, just intelligence. You know, the tooltips don't say much. But as this race right now, I have 115 max strength, possibility 120 max dex, 105 constitution, intelligence only 85, and spirit 85. Unless I switch some things up, maybe in traits, and pick some different type of traits. But anyway, an Iroquois Warlock would be super cool. What else would be cool? Elfborns only cost 5. And what do they get again? Wildkin's Chase Power. Half Giants only cost 10 to make, and their stats are crazy to start for strength and stuff. But I'm sure class-wise they're a little restricted. Oh yeah, they can only be fighters. Elf is always a personal favorite of mine. And what do they get in this one? Not that many things. 10 to sword skill is very nice though. You would think they would get more, but they can be all sorts of classes. They can become all the magic classes. They can become a bunch of the rogue classes. All of the healer stuff is there, including druid and then fighter. I could be an elven scout, which would be pretty cool. Other masters of the bow. Could be a roguish or a thief, an elvish thief. I don't see warlock. They can't be warlocks. And they cost 15 to make. I wish the Iroquois cost 10 to make. The Iroquois are pretty cool too. And their max stats start off only 85 strength, but 130 dex, 90 con, 110 intelligence. Oh yeah, 85 spirit. Very cool. And they cost 15. Let's see what classes they can be. They can be a bunch of stuff. Mages, they get a few choices. Why is assassin in mage class? That's weird. Be a mage. Oh, a mage assassin. That's a mixture. And then rogue class, they can be a typical rogue assassin, a thief, a scout, healer, they could be channeler or priest, and then ranger or warrior. I can see myself as an Iroquois too. Going into Iroquois thief. Well, they can be wizards as well. But they cost 15 to make as well. A bunch of these races cost 15. Centaurs are cool. Their max strength 110, dexterity only 85, constitution 125, intelligence is low 85, spirit 105. So as you can see, there's just a lot of choices. Plus you get, they only cost 10 to make. Class-wise, no, they're not that restricted. Oh yeah, they are. Fighter and healer. Healer-wise, they can be a druid. What do we got going on there? Wow. With a club. Prelate. Or prelate. So I don't know who we're going to pick. I'm just kind of showing you guys this. We will pick one and go with it. I think I'm going to be... I think we're going to go with the Arakoi. And class-wise, we're going to go Rogue. And it looks like he's dual-wielding there. And we're going to try to get to Thief. Accomplished masters of the rogue arts. Thieves are specialists in stealth and evasion. In battle, they're elusive, yet full of dirty tricks that can humble even the mightiest warrior if used well. I don't know. It's hard to choose, but I think I'm going to go with the flying. Oh, and then there's Warlock. Yeah, let's go actually for Warlock. We'll start at Fighter and try to promote to Warlock to have some magic. So that tells me we have 15 points now. If we go to traits, ambidexterity allows the use of a weapon in each hand. Oh my gosh. I'm not left-handed either. You can use either hand with equal facility, whether riding, switching hands mid-combat, or using two weapons at once to overcome a foe. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. I'm going to grab that. Now it says dexterity required 50. So that costs 12, leaving me with only 3 points. I can go ahead and take dexterity down to like 50. Now I have 8 points. Constitution, I'm going to go a little against the grain here. I can only take it down to 45, unfortunately. Intelligence is what's hurting, and spirit is hurting, but dexterity, very nice, and strength, really nice, and constitution as well. So I'm going to take spirit there. I'm going to try to get more intelligence. I'm going to maybe take strength down. And then I have 8 points left. I could be blessed, plus 5 holy resistance. Brawler, brilliant mind, bruiser, changeling. The mark of the fae focus upon you. Enchantment flows in your very blood, giving you some resistance to harmful spells. 5 magic resist. Eyes of the eagle. This is a background rune. Only one type may be taken. Plus 5 to bow skill. Faith of ages. A spirit rune. Only one of this type may be taken. Fleet of foot. 5% movement speed. Healthy as an ox. Hardy, a constitution rune, only one type may be taken, plus 5 max con. Hero strength, plus 10 strength. Increased stats, iron will, knife fighter, plus 5 dagger skill. Knight squire. This is a mentor rune, only one type may be taken, plus 5 to wear armor, medium skill, medium armor. You spend a long time serving an errant knight, lugging his armor and weapons around, jumping in every order. You learned a lot about armor and how to don it and wear it in battle. We're going to put that on. Ambidextrous with medium armor. I love it. Raised by elves. A childhood rune. Only one may be taken. Plus 5 to sword skill. Proficient with stabs, spears. Wow. Precise. Plus 5% attack rating. Everyone, it is said, has a talent. Yours is for slaying. Truly fell-handed. You have a knack for putting point or edge exactly where you wish. Translation's really good too, guys. This is an Asian gem, I think. Raised in the woods. Sellsword. Plus 5 to sword skill. Sold to the pit. Soldier born. Taint of Madness, taught by a Blade Master. Oh, it's another mentor rune. 5 to parry skill. Taught by Master Thief. Ooh. It's an apprentice rune. The old cutpurse taught you how to quicken your hands and sharpen your reflexes. His training certainly made you nimbler, but you still bear the scars of the harshest lessons. So let me see something for that. Do we have a background rune? We don't. So let me scrape up 4 points somehow. I think what we would do is get rid of this. All right, let's try this. Let's get rid of ambidexterity. We can't take dex down anymore. Let's pick up taught by Master Thief. Can't take dex down. Now that leaves us with 8 points. Ambidexterity is 12, so we need 4. I can't take from any of those, so I've got to go spirit. Or maybe 2 in spirit, 2 in intelligence to get ambidexterity. So check me out, yo. We've got Iroquois fighter working to become a warlock. We can attack, use a weapon in each hand. We were a mentor to a knight, so we can wear medium armor. And that gives us actually -5 to strength and max strength, but +10 to dex and max dex, and -5 to con and max con. So our strength goes to 110, dexterity 130, which is crazy, con 100. Intelligence and spirit, sadly, still 85, but I think that's what we're going to roll with. Now we spent our points, 50 health, 50 mana, 141 stamina. Let's see if we can change the skin and stuff, see what we want. Oh my. Look at the options, son. Oh my gosh. This is so super cool, guys. I'm gonna go with that one. Hairstyle. Don't think hairstyle does anything. Hair color doesn't do anything. Beard style. Oh, it's beak. The beak. That is super cool too. Can we zoom in? That's like a duck bill, kinda. And what's that one? More like a proper eagle. And that one is more like, I don't know, they're all cool. What's that one? Let's go with that one. Beard color. Oh, you can change the beak color. No kidding. That's fine there. What is this color though? That's fine. And kit shows you what you're decked out with to start. Oh, we go 2-handed sword, 2-handed pickaxe, 2-handed club, a spear. What do we want to start with, guys? Probably sword and shield. Or I'd actually go with great sword. Start with a flimsy sword or whatnot. But that's going to be our character, guys. I'm going to name him now. So this is going to be our Iroquois. His name will be Asbastian Demitar. Asbastian Demitar, a male Iroquois fighter. Asbastian Bong Bong. Let's hit finish. Finish with character creation. Verifying requested name. And it's that easy. You don't have to make an account or anything, guys. And I can jump right in and play right now. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. I can't wait to jump into this game with you guys a little bit, guys. We're gonna pause it here. Let me just double check that if I alt tab out, oh no, it still lets me. For some reason that keeps turning off, but super cool stuff. I hope you guys agree. Wait till you see the gameplay. It's totally simple and fun and cool. And what I mean by simple is like, it just works. And it's got an overall chic, like, it's very immersive, the UI, which we'll get into next episode and playing the game. Combat works really well. It's easy to put stuff in your hotbar and use your skills and stuff. just super cool, and I'm so excited now to play this and bring it to you guys. We may make more characters in the future because there's a lot of different ways we can go, and it's just incredibly cool to me. This is a very dope old school RPG, and I hope you guys will stick around and agree with me and check it out next time. But I want to thank you for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed. Guys, if you did, please smash that like button. Let me know. Also, it lets me know that you want to see more. Plus, if you could leave a little comment, that'd be super appreciated, even if it's just like GG or good video or want to see more. Something very simple would be awesome. Sorry about the frog in my throat, guys. Like I said, I'm quitting smoking and going to vaping a little bit and trying this out. Since at the apartment building, I can't smoke indoors, so I'm just gonna, you know, roll with it and go with a vape. But yeah, I got an apartment. Should be very cool, but hope to see you guys in the next episode. Stay tuned for that. Should be able to pump out a few here. And until then, guys, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. God bless, and God go with you guys. And, you know, the good Lord upstairs is the one bringing you these videos, basically. I am just a vessel. So shout out to God, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Peace, love, and ciao for now.